Hi, Jack. How we doing? Welcome. Aaron, what's up? I haven't quite figured out how, if you schedule a stream, how to go on the same stream. I haven't figured that out yet. So you guys are probably just on that one waiting for me, and I couldn't figure it out. So I apologize. Probably. Like I said, I haven't quite figured out how the hell this thing works. I'll scream at him. Tell him to get over this on this one. Just kidding. What's going on? How's everybody doing? I'll send him a message on Zello. It's kind of cold in here. I might turn my heat up. How's everyone doing? I don't know. I knew you were going to ask me that question, and I'm not making anything, not cooking anything. I just thought it was a clever name. Actually, just ate right before I got on here. See if that gets his attention. I told him I was on a different video. What's everyone's plans for Thanksgiving? What you guys doing? It is sunny outside. It's probably about 35 degrees, so it's not real warm, but it's sunny, which is nice. I was just out there. It's kind of chilly. I think the wind chill is like 25. Might get a couple cameos for my dogs. 4 people. What's going on, people? Welcome. 5 people. Some traffic today. Yeah, I can't figure out how to turn the same stream on. I was trying to figure that out before I jumped on this one. So I had to create a new one. So I apologize for that. To go and delete the old one. Hanging low, ready to go to my parents. Yeah, I don't have any family close, unfortunately. So my wife's at work. They are having a Thanksgiving lunch at the nursing home, and I can go over there and eat, but it's like $7. And she said the portions are really small. So it's a nursing home. So I'm not going to go over there. We found a buffet that's serving Thanksgiving dinner tonight, so we're going to go after she gets off. So for now, I'm just hanging out. Ran some errands this morning, and now just kind of chilling. What are you guys doing? What's everyone got planned today? Right? I don't want to do all the dishes and shit. Never mind that. Go to a buffet. It can feed me and take care of the dishes. It's the way to do it. It's the way to do it. The dog is staring a hole through me right now. Both of them are actually. Remember to eat. I know you got to eat as fast as possible, but then you feel like shit later. But that's okay. I was trying to get ready for this stream, and I was cleaning up a little bit, and I had a bottle of beer on my coffee table here, and I didn't realize there was still beer in it, and I spilled beer all over my computer. So that was exciting. That was a good way to start my day. Appears to be working okay though. Yeah, right. No, it was old. They were just out. I'm lazy. I didn't clean them up, so they were just sitting here. They weren't all the way full. They were like just a little bit left on the bottom, but it was enough that it made a mess. I actually don't have any beer in my house right now. Oh, my nose is running. Sorry, guys. Yeah. That's actually not bad. I think I got it. I got it cleaned up relatively quickly. I don't think any of it got in. Yeah, I might have to make a beer run if I'm not doing anything today. Besides sitting at home and playing video games, I should probably go get some beer. I ended up driving last night, but I went home at like 1 because I was really tired. And as it turns out, if I would have stayed out, I probably would have done okay because we hit like a 6X at like 3 a.m. But I don't think there's any way I could have made it. I was too tired. But I made like $50 just last night, so that ought to cover beer. Hopefully. I don't think anybody needs that much beer. Be surprised though. I do live in Iowa. I don't think I'm going to drive today because I don't think it's going to be worth it. Maybe wine, yeah. You get a real nice bottle of wine for $50. But no, I don't. I've never made my own beer, and my brother-in-law does, and I have a coworker that does, but I've never done it myself. I don't know if I have the patience to do it because I talked to my coworker. It sounds like he is a goddamn fly. Sounds like there's a lot of process involved. Ex coworker. Well, not technically yet. Not technically yet. It just sounds like there's a lot of stuff involved because you got to get the flavors right. You got to get the hops just right. Like it just sounds like it's kind of a long process. My brother-in-law makes really good beer too, so I should get some from him probably. That's funny. Damn, this tastes like shit. Well, I mean, if you make your own beer, though, you got to make it. You got to go through the process of making it. Like, I can go to the store and buy beer and just be just fine with it. Hard to say. I drink mostly light stuff. I'm a big fan of, well, I don't really know I'm a big fan of any one particular kind, but there's a brewery by me in Wisconsin called New Glarus, and they make a beer called Spotted Cow. Right now, that's my favorite beer. It's really, really good. It's kind of light, but I like it. Also a big fan of like Stella Artois. And I drink a lot of Bud Light too. But I know. I've tried the darker stuff. I don't really like it as much. I don't know. I drank Guinness once and I hated it. Rickard's Red. All right. So yeah, the picture that was on my other stream before I couldn't figure out how to get on it. That was when I went out with my buddy in Des Moines. We were at I think it was a local brewery. They had their own beer. I forget what that was, but it was good. It was kind of fruity, but it was really good. Such a fucking mess there. I should probably clean my house today. I got vacation next week. I'll just do it then. So I'm looking forward to having a week off next week. Probably drive a lot, so that should be fun. But now I really want to go get some beer. Fortunately, to go get the beer that I like, the Spotted Cow, I can't get it. I can't get it anywhere besides Wisconsin. They don't sell it anywhere outside of Wisconsin, which is dumb. But like we're really close to Wisconsin, still can't get it here. Oh, I'll definitely relax. I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna clean a little bit. I'm gonna probably relax a lot. I'm still really kind of tired and burnt out from the whole situation where I was running the store by myself for 5 weeks. So I just need to kick back a little bit, and I'm going to do a lot of relaxing. Rideshare here during the day isn't really much of anything, so I'll take a ride here or there, and I'll just relax, and I'll do a little bit. I got to do some cleaning because I have a week off, and my house is a mess. My wife works 12-hour days, so she doesn't feel like cleaning when she gets home, which is understandable. I hope nobody actually thought I was going to make breakfast. It was just a really good name. I liked it. I was like, I'm going to use it. Yeah. She's working 12-hour day today. She went in at 7 this morning. It's not actually 12 hours. It's like 7 to 6:30. But that's pretty close to 12 hours. So she's going to try to get off as close to 6:30 as possible. But she usually works 7 to 6:30 and ends up getting off closer to 7 because she's got to clean up. So eggs and bacon. Dude, I don't cook anything. Kidding me? Like, I'll probably make mac and cheese for lunch. That's about the extent of my culinary mastery. Or frozen pizza or something. I went out this morning and got gas and grabbed a quick bite to eat to get gas in my wife's car because she had like 5 miles to E. So time we got to the gas station, there's 3 miles left. I was like, oh, never ran it that low before. Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon. I'm a Canadian bacon fan. I like the Canadian bacon. I don't know why it's called Canadian bacon. It's like French fries. Not really French. It's Canadian bacon. It's probably not really Canadian. Thick bacon. Yeah, I'm a big fan of thick bacon. Is Canadian bacon really from Canada though? It's like French fries aren't really from France. God damn. I want bacon. Now I really want bacon. So they raise all the pigs for Canadian bacon in Canada. That's a lot. That's a lot of pigs. It's no different than ham. It's the same damn thing. Like I used to work at Domino's. If somebody called in and said they wanted Canadian bacon, we just gave them ham. It's the same damn thing. I give my dog a bath. She stinks. It's not the same thing? Come on, man. Bull feathers. That's funny. Not the same. Fair enough. It might not be the same, but somebody call and ask for Canadian bacon, we'd give them ham because that's what we had. Now I really want some ham. I really want some eggs, and I really want some bacon. God. Maybe I should have cooked some shits. You guys are making me hungry. Poutine. Oh, poutine. Goodness sakes. I'm getting hungry as shit. I ate a breakfast burrito. Now I want to go get some real breakfast. I don't think I have any. I probably have eggs. I don't think I have bacon. Somebody in my Facebook group got, not my Facebook group, but our local Facebook group. Got this good ride last night. I know. We're sitting here talking about food. I'm freaking busy. Yeah, this dude scored this ride last night. I don't know if you guys can see it. That was it was like a 15-minute ride on a 5.8 surge. No, I know not all corn's the same. Come on, man. Kind of makes me wish I would have stayed out last night, but I was tired. I took a ride and then I got nothing, and corn is corn. All right, well, corn on the cob and canned corn are very different. And it was cream corn. Like there's all kinds of corn. I haven't had cream corn forever. I had cream corn all the time when I was a kid, but I haven't had it in a long time. Corn is corn. The dog's acting really funny. Oreo, come here. No, it's not. It varies week to week, and it depends on the route that I'm working. So it sounds like most of the time the days off are Sunday, Wednesday. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It just depends on the route. There'll be some routes where I might have a weekend off, but it's going to be pretty rare to have an entire weekend off, which sucks. It's also going to be rare to have back-to-back days off. So, and that sucks too because, yeah, like I don't have any family anywhere close. So it's going to make it hard to see my family, but no. I get a truck, so it's kind of like a small U-Haul. Maybe not the box part isn't quite that big, but it's essentially a small U-Haul. He described it as like a Sprinter, but so I think it's like a Sprinter with a box on the back of it, basically. So that's what I'd be driving. So I don't have to drive my own car. I actually get a truck that has chips in it. He said I have to get a Class D license. Which is like the chauffeur license. I don't know why you need that, but that's what he said I have to get. I don't have it yet. I'm waiting until they tell me I absolutely have to because I don't want to pay for it because I have to. You have to take the written test and then you have to take a driving test, and I don't want to do that again. But I haven't had to take a driving test since I was 16. I mean, I'm sure it might be Class B in some states. In my state, it's Class D. It's like a chauffeur license, but I think it's not just like chauffeur. It can also be for just like commercial vehicles that weigh above a certain weight. I guess is kind of how they classify it. But I've kind of been waiting because I'm hoping that the company pays for it. I don't know if they do or not, but he told me about it during the interview, but he didn't say that they pay for it. I would think they would though, if I have to get it for the job. Oh yeah, what is going on here, dude? What do you got going on here, bud? Do they have air brakes? I don't know. They might have air brakes. I know they're diesel vehicles. I don't know what Class 5 is or what Class 4 is, to be honest with you. You don't need a special license. You can drive Uber and Lyft in the US on a standard license. In most places, I'm sure there's deviations. Oh yeah, what is going on here, dude? Yeah, I don't think they have air brakes. And I think they have a truck that has air brakes, but that's like for the larger routes. When I did my ride along, the dude that I rode along with was driving an air brake truck. I think some places in the United States do need a taxi license, but I'm starting to think that like Iowa is the exception to the rule because it's not regulated here at all. So it's very possible that most places you need some sort of. I know NYC you need a taxi license. You also have to pay like a fee or something. You have to buy tokens or like NYC taxis. I think have tokens or something you have to get. And I think you need something similar to that to drive Uber and Lyft in NYC, which is stupid. Chicago might have some special license you need. I think a lot of the bigger cities, LA probably does. I think a lot of the bigger cities you need it's more regulated. So, But usually it's like state by state. It's like each state has their own set of regulations. So, but Iowa is like nothing. And I'm sure at some point it'll catch up. But I mean, rideshare is pretty new to Iowa. It's only been here for a couple of years. So, what are you doing, dude? I need to give you a bath, little missy. Yeah, and that could be it too, because we're all pretty much. I mean, we're pretty much all small market. I don't know what Des Moines is classified as a small or large market, but like outside of Des Moines, I would say everywhere else is small market, because even the Quad Cities is 250,000 people, but I think that's probably still small market. Look, I'm already sporting the company. Diet Pepsi. To get used to having Diet Pepsi instead. Better make reservations for dinner? I don't think you need them. I don't think you need them. I'm going to look it up right now. It's at one of the casinos. Yeah, Frito-Lay. I'm already sporting. I got the Diet Pepsi. I usually drink Diet Dr. Pepper, so I'm kind of trying to switch to Diet Pepsi, which is not easy to do. I don't know if they. I'm looking it up right now to see if they. See if they need reservations or not. I don't have anything on here about Farmhouse Kitchen. Doesn't have anything on here. It has something on here about reservations, though. There's no dress code because it's at the casino. It's a nice restaurant. I mean, it's not like super nice, but it's new. So I mean, it's not like upscale or anything. It's just it's brand new restaurant, but yeah, I don't need. There's no dress code. Let's see. I think she must have checked the paper or something. Best 5 Thanksgiving dinner buffets in Dubuque. Pizza Ranch. Really? They don't even have turkey. They just have chicken. Beijing buffet. China buffet. Come on, man. It's not even Thanksgiving dinners. Vegan. Restaurants serving Thanksgiving dinners in Dubuque. It's actually a search on Google. Champs Americana is not there anymore. That's a 2014 article. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say anything. My wife said they have. I don't know where she found it. She must have seen it in the paper. I can't find anything online. Or stupid paper. If you look at it online, it makes you pay for it. Pizza Hut, booyah. Domino's, booyah. I can always just go to like the Asian buffet because those bastards never close. Doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what day it is. I want to go to a buffet because I want to eat. I want to eat like lots of turkey. and get knocked out because I'll be too damn tired. So my wife was banking on. She's like, "All right, so we feed all these old people turkey, and then they all take a nap." Yeah, you would think that, but that's not the way my wife thinks. My wife works a 12-hour day, and then she wants to go eat. That's just the way she is. I don't know. She always gets home, and she's like, let's go eat somewhere. It's like, so you just to work for 12 hours. I think you'd want to stay in, but no, she doesn't. My wife's goofy like that. Yeah, tryptophan. All you can eat tryptophan. Yeah, my wife's like, I think I should be able to get out. I should be able to get out on time because no one's gonna eat dinner because they'll all be taking naps. And I was like, oh, maybe. Yeah, it is. Alcoholic beverages, I don't know. That I'm not sure on. They have a bar in the restaurant. I can get alcohol at the restaurant, but I don't know if it's all you can drink. I'm sure they charge you if you get more than one. I mean, it's all you can drink soda. My wife doesn't drink, so my wife could be the DD. As long as we use her car and not mine, because she can't drive my car. Yeah, so I actually used to have a 6-speed. I had a Jetta when I graduated from college that was a 6-speed. And I taught her how to drive it. But it's been so long since she did it, she doesn't remember. And she wants me to teach her how to drive this one. And I'm a little bit like, I'll teach her. Like, it's just, it's a lease. And I don't want it to, like, I got to maintain it really well. And I don't want anything to happen to it. So I'm kind of scared to teach her because it's a lease. You know what I mean? I don't know. The first car that I had, my parents, my parents had a family friend that had an extra car, and when I had turned of age to drive, their friend gave them a car for me to use because he didn't need it anymore, and it was a 1985 Toyota Corolla, and it was a 5-speed. So first was down and to the left. Jesus. So yeah, that was fun. And so my dad had to teach me how to drive a manual. And ever since then, it's like I prefer manual over, automatic. Automatics are fun if you don't want to sit there and play with the shifter all the time, but I like manuals a lot. And then I got a Jetta, a 2001 Jetta when I graduated from college. That was a manual transmission. That was a 6-speed. And now I've got a 2016 Jetta. That's a 5-speed. So the 2016 or the 2001 Jetta I had was their turbo version, and they didn't make very many of those. So, and that was funny because my dad bought it for me when I graduated. It was a graduation gift, and he had it in the driveway. So every time I went home, I saw it in the driveway. And every time I asked him about it, he just said, oh, the neighbor had a lot of cars. So he told me that he was allowing the neighbor to park his car in our driveway. And I just, I didn't think anything more about it. It had a California license plate on it, so I didn't think anything of it. And then when I came home one day and, I was coming home after I graduated, and my dad called me to find out where I was. And then, 10 minutes later, my brother called me to find out where I was. And I was like, well, I'll be home in 15 minutes or, whatever. And then I got home and I think they gave it to me the next day. because I had a graduation party the next day, and it was kind of funny because um, when they gave it to me, my brother's like, "Yeah, we kept calling you because we were trying to detail you. We want to know where you were." And I was like, "Oh, that makes sense." But then I was just like, "That car's been sitting in the driveway for like a month," and they're like, "Yeah, that was yours. We just didn't want you to know." I was like, "Oh, all right, fair enough." They had it. They had it in the garage with the bow on it. It was kind of cool. Um, yeah, that 2 cars is too expensive. Not just 3. I mean, it's hard to afford 2 cars anymore. Goddamn fruit fly. I've never had a truck. I've never had like a pickup truck or anything. I always kind of wanted like a little. Doesn't like Toyota have one like a little truck or something? Chevy used to have a really little one. I forget what the hell they're called now, but or what they used to be called. But I always thought that'd be fun to have a pickup truck. I had an SUV once. I've had cars. Never had a pickup truck though. F-100 seems kind of small. It's a small little truck, isn't it? The Sherwin-Williams van is a E350. It's a pretty big van. Old school. Booyah. Nothing wrong with old school, my friend. Oh yeah, I can imagine. Got to drive everything Ford made. Booyah. I remember one time my dad asked me if I could have any car in the world, what kind of car would it be? And this was like shortly before I graduated. And um, I told him like a Ford Mustang. And then I got a Volkswagen Jetta. I was like, that's kind of a far cry from Ford Mustang to a Volkswagen Jetta. But that was the first time I ever had a Volkswagen, and every time it broke down on me, it was expensive as hell to fix. That's the only drawback of a Volkswagen, is they're so expensive to fix. But now that mine's a lease, most of it's covered anyway. I haven't had any problems with it anyway, but if I did, it'd be covered. The lease that I signed was a 4-year lease. And in December will be 3 years. So I have a year left on it. And right now I'm about 1,800 miles over my limit. So I have to either stop driving the thing or just accept I'm going to have to pay for it. And I'm not supposed to really use it for rideshare, but I do it anyway. I mean, technically it says I can't use it as a taxi. I'm not technically a taxi, I guess. I mean, by definition, I'm a taxi. I don't know. So the residual value of it, I think, is like, God, I can't remember what it is now. Like 9,000, I think. And so I could get, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've thought about calling him and buying it out now so I can buy something different, but I'm way over on the miles. And I don't know if I'm quite ready to do that. I don't know. I've thought about it a few times. Realistically, I'll probably trade it in and I'll get something different. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Yeah, I'll probably trade it in, and my next vehicle I get is not going to be a lease. I don't really have a problem with the lease, except if I'm going to keep doing rideshare, it's going to be hard to stay within the miles. When I started driving for Uber, I was about 3,000 miles under my mileage, and now I'm about 2,000 over. So, and I would have to basically not drive my car for like 2 months to get back under. Because I get rideshare needs 4 doors. Yeah, so Volkswagen has an SUV, a Tiguan, and I think that's what I want to get because it qualifies for XL. So I don't know. Like they look really nice and they qualify for XL, so it seems like a good thing to get. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to lease another vehicle unless I stop ride sharing. If I stop ride sharing, I'd be fine. Volkswagens are expensive. I don't know what attracted me to go to the Volkswagen dealer to start with, but I did. I must have been looking at their inventory or something, but yeah, it was a really nice truck last night that I saw. I don't know if it was a Ford or a Chevy, I can't remember, but he had a damn beacon, and it pissed me off because I don't know where the hell he got the beacon. He must not have been from Dubuque. He must have just been in town and he was driving while he was here, but it was a really nice truck. It looked like it was relatively new. But yeah, if I was to get another, I'd definitely get an SUV that qualifies for XL. And but you know what they say: never get a car for Uber. Get a car that you need and use it for Uber. So I don't have kids. I don't really need an SUV. No, it's really not smart. I don't know why people. Use a truck for Uber. It doesn't make sense. Like you're wasting so much money. So, but I had an SUV before. I had a Kia Sportage for a while, and I ended up going back to a car because I got a Kia Sportage because I thought, oh, I'll have kids and then I'll need an SUV, and then I didn't have kids, and I'm like, all right, I'm going back to a car. So I'm in the same situation. I don't have kids. So do I really need an SUV? I don't know. Probably not. But no. Can't have 4 kids at once. The doctor won't do it if it's going to net 4 kids. Yeah. So I don't know where he got the beacon, and I tried to find information on Uber's website last night about like if the beacon's available in my market, and I can't. Like I couldn't find anything anywhere. So I don't know where I have to go to get one of them shits. I don't even know if they're putting them out anymore because they changed their logo. So I don't know if they're redoing the beacon or not. He could have stole it. He could have been in a market that already had it too. That's very possible. They told us that the beacon was rolling out in Iowa. I think they told us that like 6 or 7 months ago, and it never did. Yeah, see, I could go on Amazon and buy one, but why the hell would I want to do that? I could get one for free. What's up, Cello? What's going on, buddy? Because I saw a bunch of other people online. They're like, oh, I just went online and bought my amp. I was like, why would you buy it online? They'll send it to you for free. Like it doesn't make sense. All you gotta do is earn it. All you gotta do is drive enough to earn it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Did you drive last night, Cello? Make some good money? Bacon. The bacon is cooking. No, bacon's not cooking. There's no bacon. Although I want bacon now. Killed it last night. All right. All right. I decided I was too tired and I went home at 1. And I regret it now because it looks like it got busy. I need a Pepsi shirt. I'm sure when I go to orientation, they're going to give me a bunch of Frito shit. I would imagine. They provide, I think they provide shirts and they provide shoes. So I should get a Mountain Dew shirt. Like my character in 2K has a Mountain Dew shirt. I should get a Mountain Dew shirt. That'd be sweet. I stopped drinking Mountain Dew a few years ago, though. Yeah, the guy I rode along with last week told me that they give you money for like pants and stuff, but they provide the shirts and the shoes and they got jackets from the boss bought everybody jackets, so hopefully I get a jacket. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, where you going? Where you going? Behave yourself. Come here. I'm not behaving very well. I don't like it. Shoot, look at this. Sorry, guys. It doesn't get cold there. Why would you need a jacket? It does get cold here, dude. January? Kidding me? 20 and 30 below. It's the norm, my friend. No, it's not the norm, but last year it was really cold. I hope it doesn't get that cold this year. So last year was just ridiculously cold. This year so far it's been super rainy. It's gonna be a lot of rain all summer. Behave yourself. The dog is not behaving. I don't plan on driving today. I don't think it's going to be busy. I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anything that would indicate otherwise. So no, and I don't. I wasn't here last year for Thanksgiving, so I don't know if it got busy or not. But I just assume not drive today. Yeah, Uber Eats, McDonald's. Come on, man. The college kids are all gone. They're the only ones that use Uber Eats in this town. And all we have is McDonald's. Iceland highway videos with gangster rap. I also watched that video. Did you get copyrighted for that? Are you gonna drive? Are you gonna drive today, Salo? You're just gonna use the recovery day after last night. I don't know. My wife suggested maybe driving later in the afternoon or evening when everyone's getting ready to go out shopping. I don't know if that's worth it or not, though. It's probably just worth it. It probably just not even worth it. I'll just stay home. Yeah, Uber Eats is stupid. I don't know why Uber thought they could compete. 28 an hour. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I can't say I did that well. For the day, I made like $80, but I was online for 4 hours, almost 5. So fair enough. I have to work 7 to 7 tomorrow, so I don't know if even if I do drive, it's not going to be late. 6.6. That's pretty good surge. That's a pretty good surge. We had a dude in our market hit a 5.8. It was at 3 a.m. I was sleeping by then, but I went home at 1 because it just wasn't busy. And when I no, probably not. I think that'd be wrong. I mean, what are they gonna do? Fire me? It's my last day. Yeah, I went to bed when I finally shut off the app and put my phone away for the night. I think we were at a 2.8, and I just thought, nah, I'm just gonna go to bed. It's just because and there were 8 drivers on, and none of them were moving. So I thought, no one's ordering Ubers. So I just like, the hell with it. I'm just gonna go to bed. And then I saw this morning that somebody hit a 5.8, but I don't know if that was because um, there were no drivers on, or if that's I don't know. There weren't that many people out last night. Like it shouldn't have been that busy. Why are you shaking, dude? You okay? Yeah. See, that's what my wife suggested too, because I think Walmart opens at 5 and Target opens at 6. Or no, I think Target opens at 5. So Walmart probably opens at 5 too. Um, so like there could be some traffic later in the afternoon with people trying to go out. Um, so I don't know. It might be worth it. I don't know, but um, I don't really want to take people from store to store. So yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Just to try to get some of that. And again, if I didn't have to work at 7, I would probably drive all night. But and I really shouldn't care because it's my last day anyway. But I do. I just no, I'm not like that. Wow, it was that busy last night. Like I wasn't out that late, but like it didn't seem that busy. That's why I went home. It just seemed like there wasn't a lot going on. People in Dubuque will shut their Lyft apps off and just wait for Uber to blow up because we never have prime time on Lyft here ever. Like even we're at a 5.8 on Uber, we'll have nothing on Lyft, which is really goofy to me. But yeah, Lyft is dropping all kinds of. I don't know if they're doing it in every market, but I know in Dubuque they just offered 25% off to all riders. So that's what's driving the Lyft business right now. That's weird. I don't know. Like I said, there were people downtown last night, but it didn't seem all that busy. Like it didn't seem 50% off. No, that very well could be. Okay, fair enough. I think I saw that in my rideshare group locally, but I didn't know if that was for everybody or if that was just a referral thing. But I got an email from Uber yesterday about 25% off from Lyft. So they were at 10%, now they're at 25. But apparently now they're at 50. I don't know if that's every market or not, but because mine just is 25%. Mine says, yeah, 25% off my next 10 rides. So I don't know. There are a couple drivers on right now. It's like 3 Lyfts and 2 Ubers. You decline most of your Lyft requests? Normally I would, and I used to in the past, but like I'm making so much more money on Lyft right now than I am on Uber. So I'm actually like, if I get an Uber and Lyft at the same time, I'm accepting the Lyft and canceling the Uber. Not that it really matters, but that's the way I do it. Like it just in Dubuque, it's just so like we were so heavy Uber all the time, and it was like nothing on Lyft ever, and now it's like everything's Lyft and nothing's Uber. That's probably true for the most part. The problem with Lyft is that they pull you from so far away. Like I usually find that like I get the pings 20 minutes away on Lyft. I don't get those on Uber. The only bad thing about getting a ping 20 minutes away on Lyft is that you get there and then it's like, oh, I'm just going around the block. I don't know. Not necessarily. So Lyft started that. I don't really understand. They unveiled that whole thing with Lyft, and one of the things on there is automatic tips, and I don't understand how that works, or guaranteed tips, or automatic tips, or something. And I don't like. Are they saying that they're going to automatically give drivers tips based on the trip? I don't know. I don't really understand it, but I don't. I won't necessarily say I get more tips. Actually, I don't know. It's hard to say. I get more rides on Lyft, so it's probably not really a fair comparison for me. Come here, you. Come here. You got like all this shit. You're rolling all over the ground. You're dirty. What? Stupid dog. I also haven't seen really anything on the Auto 5-star. They're saying they give if the passenger doesn't rate on Lyft, you get automatic 5 stars. I haven't really seen it. Like that hasn't seemed to benefit me yet. Let's see. I gave how many trips last night? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I gave 8 trips yesterday on Lyft, and I only got tipped on 3 of them. So, Uber, I gave. Let's see. 6 trips on Uber yesterday, and I only got tipped on 1 of them. So, I even had a lady who promised me she would tip me. Promised me. And she did not tip me. I agree with that. But a lot of times if you get a 1-star and you call Lyft, they will delete it or they will remove it because, well, if you get a 1-star and the rider doesn't leave a reason, if you call Lyft, they'll remove it. They keep changing this forecast. I know. She promised. She swore. She's like, I promise I will tip on the app. She didn't. It's frustrating, dude. That was like my only long trip yesterday. It wasn't even that long, but like it was like 15 or 20 minutes. That was my only trip of significance yesterday. It's hard for me to compare whether I get tip better in Uber or Lyft because I get more Lyft trips right now. Dubuque is so like price sensitive, so they're going to go with whichever one's cheaper. Which is why all the Dubuque drivers shut the Lyft app off at Barclays because they want to get all the search trips on Uber. No DoorDash. All we have is Uber Eats, and it's just McDonald's. I think they're prepping it. I think they're getting it ready. I don't know. Well, I don't know DoorDash necessarily. Grubhub, I've seen a lot of advertisements for Grubhub as of late. So I don't know if they're getting ready to drop Grubhub up here or not. But I've seen a lot of advertisements for it. I haven't seen really anything for DoorDash. And I saw advertisements for Grubhub drivers. So like my Facebook, I always get advertisements on Facebook for Grubhub, and then I always get like there's a lot of job postings for Grubhub drivers. So, but I don't know. Like, I'm hoping that if they do Grubhub, like I'll sign up for Grubhub if it comes up here. But I'm hoping that they have more than just McDonald's on it. Because we already have a food delivery service up here and nobody uses it. And now we have Uber Eats and there's no restaurants on it. So I don't know. But all the pizza places deliver, Panera Bread delivers, the Chinese places deliver. Like everybody already delivers here. So what are you eating, dog? Hey. And I've only had the one Uber Eats delivery, and I've gotten like 3 or 4 requests, but I saw a Subway commercial the other day, and the Subway commercials now they have all the logos for all the food delivery services on it. So it said Subway, and then underneath the logo it said Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. So they obviously participate, but they're not participating in Dubuque. So I don't really understand. I don't know. It's weird, but um, all the McDonald's in town have Uber Eats on their reader board. So, but they're the only ones. And then like we have that My Town to Go, which is no one in this. I mean, in the restaurants promote it, but nobody uses it. So I don't know if Grubhub or DoorDash, for that matter, would do anything in Dubuque. It's kind of like Instacart. So like I'm an Instacart shopper, right? And the only places on there, Sam's Club and Hy-Vee. And Hy-Vee does its own delivery. So like it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, probably a good strategy. I mean, Eats right now has increased their boost. So like most of the time, my Eats now is like a 2.0 boost, whereas it used to be 1.3 or 1.5. Now it's 1.8 or 2.0. So, and like the one Eats delivery I got was a 4-time, or yeah, I think the one Uber Eats delivery I got, or maybe I think I got 2 of them. One of them was like a 4.5 surge. So I don't know. I mean, it's worth trying out because I mean I'm trying everything else that's here. I'm an Uber Eats driver, and I signed up for My Town to Go. They never called me, and I do Instacart, which I have yet to get an order, but I'm signed up for it. So I mean, yeah, if DoorDash comes up here or Grubhub, whatever, looks like Grubhub is coming first. Um, I will definitely do it. They already have Grubhub in Des Moines. I think they have DoorDash too in Des Moines. I'm not sure, but it usually seems like when it rolls out in Des Moines, it goes to Dubuque next. So, because I think we got Eats. We may have gotten Eats before Des Moines. I can't remember. What else is going on, people? So we're supposed to get. They were saying 6 to 12 inches of snow on Sunday, and I've watched them change the forecast like 3 times. So it was 6 to 12, and right now they're saying 4 to 8. But if I wait about 10 minutes, it'll be 6 to 12 again. So that should be fun on Sunday, but I'm not going to drive. Fuck that. Probably not. Oh, I don't know. I could drive on Sunday. I don't work on Monday. Booyah. I'm excited to take a week off, guys. I'm pretty excited for it. Tried to tell me I had to work an extra week. I was like, yeah, no, not so much. I mean, I was just like, who's to say I even show up that last week? I could just not show up, Literally had a beer bottle stuck to this coffee table. It was weird. Now it's going to be a full-blown Christmas from here on out, guys. So that's exciting. I got my string of lights right here. Put these up in my car last year. So I have to do that again this year. String them up around the headrests in the front. It's battery operated. So I stick that in there, and people are like, "Oh yeah, your car is so festive." It's like, yep, that's the idea. I'm not much of a shopper. I gotta find my mom something. She kind of told me what she wants, so. But my wife and I generally don't buy for each other anymore. We kind of stopped that because if we want to save money, then we just don't buy each other gifts. So really, I only have to buy for my parents and my brother, and we do a gift exchange on her side of the family, where we only buy for like one sibling. So I don't have much shopping to do, so I haven't started, and I usually wait until the end because I'm a procrastinator, and then I panic because I can't find anything. But yeah, see that's not a bad idea either. It kind of, my wife and I used to just we used to be like overly extravagant, like we just like try to outdo each other, and we kind of stopped. I don't think I've bought her a Christmas gift, and probably it's gonna sound bad, but I don't think I've bought her a Christmas gift in 5 years, and I don't think she's bought me one in probably 4. So we just kind of stopped doing we'll get each other something small like a DVD or something, but it's not really, we don't really do that anymore. That's kind of how we save money. So. Dog is patrolling the house. So yeah, we just kind of stopped because if we want to be able to spend money on other people. So we have a limit we try to keep everybody else, with the exception of the parents, around $20. So like when you do the gift exchange with, like, I'll have either a sibling or I'll have one of her siblings or a sibling-in-law, and then she'll have a sibling or a sibling-in-law. So that's $20 or $25 there for each. So that's 50, and then I would try to do 25 for my brother. So that's another 75. And then we don't set limits on parents, but we try to keep it reasonable. So yeah, that we don't really plan it that way, but that's kind of the way it works with us too. My wife kind of finds it and then she buys it. We try to stay more sentimental for the moms. So like my mom, my wife will find something at a craft show that she thinks would fit my mom. She'll buy it relatively cheap, and then she does the same thing for her mom. So, ooh, that's a good idea. That's creative. So yeah, like she'll go to a craft show and she'll see something that she thinks my mom would love and she'll buy it. And then she'll see something her mom would love and she'll buy it. And then we'll incorporate that into the gift. It'll be part of the gift. But my mom is having issues with her printer, and her printer is really old. So I'm going to see if I can buy her a good like Wi-Fi or Bluetooth printer. So that'll be my mom's gift. Don't worry, she doesn't subscribe. She doesn't even know this channel exists. They probably do have them at Walmart. She asked me the other day when she called me to to keep an eye out, and then I can kind of give her ideas about a printer. So I'll probably just buy one for her instead. I'm going up there next weekend. So, oh shit, I forgot football's on today. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'm going up there next weekend. So, I will have to figure out. She wants me to look at her printer and see if I can fix it. Last time I was up there, I fixed it, and now it's not working again. So, I'll have to see if I can't fix it, kind of get an idea of what she needs, and go from there. So, she has a laptop and she has a tablet. So I don't know. I think she prints mostly from her laptop. So, but if I could get her something Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, she doesn't have to plug in all the time. Because hers right now has to be plugged in. She plugs into her laptop to print anything. So, try to find her something good. Yeah, they should have. I mean, we have Best Buy, Staples, and Walmart here, so I can between those three, and Target. Target probably has them too. Between those, no, it's not one of those. It's not that old. It's probably like 10 years old. It's just before they had the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth technology. Yeah, no, it's not one of them shits. That's funny. But yeah, she called me the other day and said that it wasn't printing properly. Like everything was coming out faded. She couldn't get anything to work right. And I was like, well, you out of ink? And she told me she just bought ink, which she probably did. So, yeah, I'll set she's like, I think I just need a new one. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. And I have one here I never use. Like I have a printer here, but it's also not Wi-Fi or Bluetooth enabled. So, yeah, I'll have to find her a good one. But I got to figure out what she needs first. I don't think she uses it that often, but she wants to be able to print stuff when she needs it. So she doesn't get a lot of use out of it. See, and that's why Black Friday. But maybe I'll just wait till like Cyber Monday and just buy something next week on Monday from like Amazon or something. But I need to look at what she has. I don't remember what she has. $3D? No 3D printer. Doesn't. Where the hell my mom want a 3D printer? She could barely get into her email. It's funny. 3D printer. And I got to help her figure out her phone all the damn time. She always calls me because she can't figure out how to email something. I love my mom, but she's not technologically savvy. Print spaceships and paint them as a new hobby. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. That sun's really coming in here now. I don't have any shades on any of my windows, so I can't shut the shades. So I apologize. As long as she's not using a 3D printer to print a gun, I think we're okay. I need to. Oh, nah, come here. My mom always thought that I should go into some computer-related field because I'm so good at computers. And I'm like, I'm not that good at computers. I just use them all the time, so I understand them. It's not that I'm good at them. It's just that I use them all the time, as most people nowadays do. So, random friend request. That's funny. Colon? That's funny. The dog finally calmed down. Good girl. So my mom doesn't do that. My mom will just be like, whatever, CNN.com or, whatever. Like she doesn't use the HTTP. That's funny. Well, my mom just turned 63 this week, so I mean she's old. My mom knows how to FaceTime because I've seen her do it. I don't have an Apple iPhone, so she can't FaceTime me, but my wife has an iPhone, so she does know how to FaceTime because I've seen her do it. I don't know how she figured it out. I don't know if somebody showed her because I sure as hell didn't. That's a valid question, and I don't know the answer to that. I know that we called her. My wife FaceTimed with her one time when we were up at her parents' for Christmas, and we FaceTimed her to say happy or Merry Christmas or whatever. And I don't know. I don't know if she knew how to answer it or I think my wife called her. So I don't know. Booyah. I don't remember my wife called her or if she called us, but I think my wife called her, so she must have just been like, "Oh," so I answer it. Well, she seemed to know what she was doing, so she must have friends or relatives that do it too. Oh my. This has been a lot of fun, guys. Hanging out, breakfast with Kevin. It's kind of easy to do because my wife wasn't home. It makes it easier. Well, I don't know. You think I should live stream my last day tomorrow? I definitely wouldn't live stream the whole day because every 12-hour live stream. I'm not going to live stream my last day. I got stuff I got to do. Let's order Uber Eats. Oh, yeah. We talked about food. I drank my Diet Pepsi, which is now MPC. Let's order Uber Eats. Like my Uber Eats app, dude. Like literally, it's just McDonald's. Expect some service limitations today. Literally, though, it's like it's McDonald's. That's it. It's my only option. Yeah. See, the good news is that I can lock. So I can lock the two main front doors. I don't go out the front door. We have a service door in the back. I can lock the service door without the key, or I can lock the service door with the key, but I can still get out, and the door stays locked. So, yeah, because my store manager was with me yesterday. She's like, "Well, I'm supposed to be here to take your key when you leave, but I'm not going to come in and just to take your key." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's dumb, but I'm not gonna steal anything, and I'll leave the fucking key. So yeah, I'll lock the service door and then leave my key on the desk is what I'll do. So, but I can get out the service door with it locked. It's not a problem. And even if I took the key with me, I can go in next week and drop it off. So we don't have security system in our store. Secret. I probably shouldn't say this on live stream. I'm gonna say it anyway. Most Sherwin-Williams stores don't have security systems. So, yeah, there's no security system to set, so I don't have to worry about it. I remember going to training when I first started, and somebody asked the question, why don't we alarm our stores? And the answer to the question, this was the HR guy, or not the HR guy, the loss prevention guy. Sherwin-Williams I think they only employ like 5 loss prevention people for the entire company. And so he was one of the loss prevention managers, and he said, I've been with the company for 15 years, and we've had 3 store robberies. So they don't alarm the store unless they absolutely feel the need to. He said they have like stores in Chicago are alarmed. Stores in New York are alarmed, but like most stores, they don't put alarms on unless they're in areas where they have to worry about it. So, that's just it. I mean, you got to change codes all the time. Anytime somebody leaves, you got to change a code. So I used to work at Walgreens, and Walgreens they have alarms on every store. So anytime somebody left, we had to change all the codes, and we had to take their access away. Then we had to change the code, and then we add somebody in. We got to change the code again, and it was just it's annoying, and it's more hassle than it's worth. So. I mean, I'm a little surprised that they didn't say I had to be escorted out the door on my last day. When whatever. But I'm not going to steal anything. I'm not going to the competitor, so I don't understand why they're so worried about it. They called us from manager yesterday, and she's like, "Well, you have to get the key. You have to get the key before he leaves." What she didn't tell them is that I closed the store on my last day. So, yeah, I count the money. I handle all the money. I prepare the deposit. I do all that stuff. I get into the safe. I know the safe code. Hasn't been changed in probably 4 years. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I count the money and all that good stuff. But I'm not pissed off at Sherwin-Williams, so I'm not going to steal anything. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not mad. I didn't get fired. It's not like a situation where it's not an amicable split. You know what I mean? So I've got no reason to do anything like that. I mean, my store manager's coming into work tomorrow, so I can show her how to do the things that she's supposed to know how to do that doesn't. So, oh, really? Yeah, I'm not burning bridges because I want to be able to go back. I don't want to go back, but I want to have the ability to go back if something doesn't work out. That's really weird that you couldn't count the money on your last day. That's goofy. Doesn't make sense. I said I want you stealing on your way out the door, but who's going to do that? If it's an amicable split, and you're leaving on your own terms, why would it matter if you count the money or not your last day? They don't trust you on your last day all of a sudden? That's dumb. So, yeah, I probably would. It's not a bad company. I'm not upset. I'm not pissed off. I'm not, I didn't hate the job. I needed something different. I needed a restart. I needed a refresh, But would I ever work there part-time? Absolutely. I mean, I'd go back full-time. If if I ever got in a bind and needed a job, I'd go back full time. So, the job I got, it's more money. I worked there for 3 years and I only got one raise. So, I mean, that's a big part of it too. The way they appraise their management isn't fair. Yeah. 3 years, I got one raise, and it was in my first 6 months. So I was there 6 months. I got a raise, never got another one again. And it's all based on appraisal, and their appraisal system. Personally, I believe it's a little unattainable. What they expect from their assistant managers, and that's why I didn't get a raise. I got $1,000 raise in my first 6 months. I was supposed to get, the way the management program works is you're supposed to get $1,000 raise every 6 months for the first 2 years. Dude, this is still fucking leaking. You're supposed to get $1,000 raise every 6 months for the first 2 years. But that's as long as you're meeting the company expectations. What I didn't know is that the company expectations really aren't that attainable. So that made it. Sorry, guys, I've got another pool of beer here for some reason. The company expectations really weren't attainable. And I talked to my old store manager earlier this week, and he admitted to me that the district manager was holding me to a higher standard than any of her other assistant managers. So she made it very, very hard for me to get raises, and she made it very, very difficult for me to want to stay. I don't know the reason why. I have no idea. Just the best example of this is, so part of the job is to make sales calls, right? We have a software system that we use to log calls. It tracks what we get, whatever, how many calls we make, who we call, what the result of the call was, whatever. As an assistant manager, it was my responsibility to make 25 of those a week. Doesn't seem too unattainable. However, never got written up. However, with our staffing levels in the store, it's time consuming to make the phone call, because you got to make the phone call. You got to research the account before you make the phone call. Then you got to make the call. Then you got to log the call. Like, it's kind of a long, drawn-out process, okay? So on my last appraisal, keep in mind the goal is 25 calls per week, right? On my last appraisal, my average was 18 calls per week, okay? That's not the goal of 25. But you know what? 18 calls a week. There are 19 stores in our district, okay? I was number 2 call activity in the district. I had the second highest number of calls in the district, right? And you would think that my now store manager was number 1. You would be wrong. She was dead last. She averaged 5 calls per week as an assistant manager. I averaged 18. She got promoted, and I wasn't eligible. So just as an example of the standard that I was held to. I never had problems. I never got written up, never once. I had nothing on my record. I was, for all intents and purposes, a standard employee. I don't know. But because our appraisal system is based on a scale of 1 to 5, right? So you get 1 is the best, 5 is the worst. As long as you get a 3, that's average. You have to maintain a 3 to get a raise. Okay. I got a 4 on my annual appraisal my first year. And when you get a 4, or you get anything worse than a 3, you have to get appraised every 6 months until you get a 3. I have been on 6-month appraisals for 2.5 years. And again, because of those numbers, our store had a phenomenal year in 2017. And I was still chastised because I wasn't making enough phone calls, despite the fact the store ended the year like 15% up versus the year before. So it's just kind of the way it goes. So I've been on a 4 for 2.5 years. My appraisal is due like next week. I should have been administered it in the next couple weeks. And it's part of the reason why I'm leaving. Yeah. I don't like to admit it, but I think that's the reason why. My district manager is a female, and she likes to give positions of power to other females. She just had in Dubuque alone, she had a sales rep job open up, and she had 2 store manager jobs open up. She gave 1 store manager job to a female, and she gave the sales rep position to a female. She gave the other store manager position to a male. He's younger than me. That's not the issue. He's been with the company for significantly less time than me. I think about 9 or 10 months. And he was doing less phone calls per week than I was. But he was eligible because he wasn't held to that higher standard. So got a little frustrating. So I saw an opportunity to get out. I saw an opportunity to get out of that situation and give myself a raise at the same time. So I took it. So the hours aren't great. It sucks. I have to work weekends, but I think it's worth it in the end. So my last appraisal that I got was in June, and the district manager wrote in there herself that if I get another 4, I don't have a job. So, and then when all this change happens, when my store manager left, she told me that my appraisal would be based solely on the time with the new store manager, which I think would have been favorable toward me. But knowing what I know now I'm not so sure. So, because my call activity, again, I averaged 18 in my last 6-month period. I probably average 12 or 13 right now because I just haven't. I mean, we've been really short staffed, and I had a 5-week span where I didn't make any calls. So I didn't have time. So that would have been factored in. Right. But she told me on my last appraisal that if my performance didn't improve, she was going to fire me. So, I mean, my performance wasn't bad to start with. I mean, I was, in 2017, we were like the 3rd best store in the district, and my call activity was 2nd best in the entire district. So, I don't know. It's dumb. But I'm out of there now. And my old store manager, we had a good conversation earlier this week. I called him to let him know that I put my notice in. And we probably had a 25 or 30-minute conversation, just kind of about everything. And he kind of aired everything out. He told me why he left. He told me what happened. And he told me what the district manager really, really thought about me and, why my appraisals were written the way they were. And it's just after all that, I was like, I'm glad I left. Yeah, exactly. So my average was 18, right? The number 1 guy in the district, his average was 20. So he wasn't even meeting the standard either. So, and I confronted my district manager at one point. I said, you're holding me to a different standard. And she denied it. She's like, no, I hold everyone on the same standard. And I said, well, then you have 19 assistant managers on a 4. And she's like, well, why would you say that? And I'm like, because I have the 2nd best numbers in the district. Like across the board in every statistical category that you rate me on, I'm 2nd best in the district. And I'm on a 4. So if I'm on a 4 with the 2nd best, that means you have 19 assistant managers who can't be promoted. And then her response to that was, I don't have to justify anything to you. And I was like, so you're basically admitting to me that I'm on a 4, even though I'm 2nd best in the district. And everyone else is on a 3. Like, I don't know. It was frustrating. So, it was when I got the job, it was kind of positioned to me as a standard assistant manager of a retail store job. And then I got in and I found out that's not really what it was. So, and it was retail, but you live or die by sales, and that's it. And like my old store manager this week told me, he said, here's the thing. They put the number on there because they want you to show that you're dedicated to the company and that you're going to do everything you can to help the company get sales, right? So that's why that number is 25. Okay. And if they drop the requirement, they would see call activity go down, and then they view it as you're not vested in the company. So if you're not hitting 25 calls, they view that as you're not fully vested. You don't care, right? That's the way they view it. But he's like, I was able to save your job every single appraisal period because I was able to convince her that your 18 calls meant more than the number one guy's 20. Because you were getting better results out of your 18 calls than they were getting out of their 20. So that's the only reason why you were able to stick around as long as you were. And I was like, well, I guess I feel better a little bit, but at the same time, it's like the standard is 25 and 25 only. But again, no one else is hitting it either. So I don't know. It was stupid. So I'm just excited to turn the page and do something new and kind of get a fresh start. So kind of out of that environment altogether. Hey-oh! Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome to the stream. It's getting kind of long. I was actually it's getting ready to cut her off, but yeah. Yeah, see, and I get a lot of flack because I volunteer a lot of my time. I still do, and I don't have any reason to. I can only work 44 hours in a week, and there are a lot of times where I would work 5 or 6 hours off the clock because I needed to get stuff done, or I needed to, like I would come in on a weekend and do paperwork that I didn't get done during the week, and it would take me time, but I didn't pay myself for it because I couldn't. Because there's no overtime allowed beyond the 4 hours I get. And it happened all the time. It happened when I was there with no store manager. It happened when I had a store manager. I would, and like, I don't know, like that's just the level of dedication that I have to the employer I work for. And, it is what it is. There were a lot of times where it's technically you're not supposed to, but there were a lot of times where I came in and I did stuff off the clock because I had to get it done. So yeah, I've never been like, I'm not going to lie. I was very rarely ever on time. Like I was usually there like within a couple minutes, but I was never like, if I was scheduled at 8, I was never on the clock at 8. Like if I was scheduled at 8, I might walk in the door at 8 and then I'm on the clock at 8:02. For example, or like when I open the store, I got to be there at 6:45. I'm probably walking in the door at 6:50. Whoop-de-doo. But it is what it is. But I almost always stayed late, or I punched out to finish the project, stayed late, whatever. But I almost always stayed until I had what I was working on done. So it is what it is, I guess. So, but hopefully I don't have to worry about that anymore. Frito is salaried. I don't know if I have to punch the clock at Frito or not. Not sure how that works yet, but technically I'm salaried, but I do get overtime pay. So I don't know how all that works yet, but the expectation at Frito is 50. 50 hours a week. So they expect me to be there at least 50 at a minimum. So yeah, they gave me a chart that breaks down the pay per week because they pay you every week. Frito gets paid every week, which is nice. My last job, I got paid every week and I enjoyed it. So it's about $6,000 per year pay raise, which I would consider to be a pretty lofty raise. I mean, I got hired at Sherwin-Williams at 40,000. I'm leaving at 41, and Frito pays me 47. So it's a pretty good sized pay raise. I'm happy with it. So and I've worked retail since I graduated from. I've worked retail since I was a junior in high school, and $40,000 or $41,000 is the most money that I ever made in a single year since I graduated from college. So, I mean, my first job out of college, the pay was $40,000, and I'm leaving retail 18 years later, and I'm making $41,000. So, what does that tell you? It's 20 years of. And I got raises on my previous two jobs too. It just never amounted to more than I make now. Yeah, I could call in sick, but there's literally no one to run the store. I'm working 7 to 7 by myself. There's nobody else. So if I call out sick, the store doesn't open. So I literally have no employees tomorrow. It's literally just me. So figures I would go out the same way that drove me to quit to start with, working by myself. I told my store manager, I even told my district manager, I said, every single day I'm in the store by myself, I'm one step closer to that door. And I'm on my last day by myself all day. So she's coming in anyway because I got to sit down and go over stuff with her anyway. Yeah, every single time I was by myself, I said to store manager, if this continues to happen, every single time it happens, I'm one step closer to the door. Yeah, well, it's all stuff that she's supposed to know how to do, but because of the store she worked at, she didn't do it. The store manager did it all. So it's like writing a schedule. We have a schedule system that she has no idea how to use. The assistant manager is supposed to write schedules, and she's never written a schedule. So another thing is writing appraisals. Assistant manager is supposed to write at least one appraisal per year. She has never written an appraisal. She doesn't know how to do it. So and what else am I going to go over with her? I can't remember. But it's all stuff that as an assistant manager we were told we were supposed to do, and her store manager didn't let her do it. So she got a store manager job not knowing those things. She couldn't believe it. She was beside herself when she got to the store and she found out that I read schedules. Like, she just couldn't believe it. She's like, why do you write the schedule? And I was like, because I understand the system and because I already know how to do it. The store manager let me do it. And under the old system, the store manager wrote a schedule, and under the new system, I did. So she didn't know how to do it under either system, which is funny because she's been there for 5 years. Yeah, she wasn't critiqued as harshly as I was, and like my whole store manager even told me he brought that up to the district manager that he didn't feel like it was fair that I was getting 4s when he knew everyone else was getting 3s, and based on the numbers and everything else. But like the district manager's argument is always that we don't compare assistant managers to other assistant managers. That they're only compared to how they're doing now versus the previous year. It's only based on how well your store is doing. It's unique to your situation. It is what it is. There's nothing I can really do about it at this point. But like knowing how to write a schedule or knowing how to what was the other thing I was going to do? Anyway, knowing how to write a schedule or knowing how to write an appraisal, those aren't things that are on that. Those aren't things that are on the appraisal. So you're not graded on your ability to do those at any point in your career. It's just something you're supposed to know how to do. So I think she's looked at it, but she doesn't really understand it. So I have to kind of teach her how to understand it. Yeah. I did for 5 weeks. 5 out of 8 weeks, I worked by myself every day for 5 days, for every single day, open to close. So it's not any different than I'm doing now anyway. And it's going to be slow tomorrow, more than likely, because we're a paint store who buys paint on Black Friday. I don't know. I think I know of like one contractor that's working. So I asked her before I left on Wednesday, are you coming in on Friday? And she said, I'd like to, or that's my plan. So she might not even come in. I don't know. But if she doesn't come in, then she's going to have to learn it on her own because I'm not coming in next week to show her. She has to process payroll on Monday. I'm not coming in to show her. All right. Sounds good, sir. I worked Black Friday last year. I didn't work open to close, but I worked it last year, and I think I had 6 transactions all day. So that just gives you an idea of how slow it is. RAL 455 and 682. You want it with primer. All right. No problem. Well, dude, it's just me and you now. And it's been almost 2 hours. 500 gallons each. I don't even know if I have 500 gallons in that store. That's impressive. That's a lot. 500 gallons each. That's funny. I don't think I have 500 gallons of any one product in that store. But and then she was talking to me on Wednesday about things she's changing. She's like, not that you care. And I was like, Megan, I'm standing right here. I still care. I'm still in the store. Like, she wanted to take vacation in December too, so I feel really bad because she wanted to take a week off in December, and now she can't because there's no one to cover her. Hey, what are you doing, dog? Yeah, she did. We had mapped out all the month of December with her taking a week off and her taking every Friday off from here until the end of the year. So she's not going to get to do any of that anymore. There's just no way it's going to work. So, but I had to push it off when I was there. I had to work by myself. I had to redo schedules for weeks, and it is what it is. It's just the way it's going to go. Hold on a second. Hello. No, it's okay. We can just go later. I don't have $7. Oh, well, I don't know. All right. Okay, do I need to just come in or what? I don't even know where you are. I don't even know where you are. Which way do I go when I go in the front door? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Sounds good. Okay, bye. Okay. Okay, bye. Yeah, that was my wife. She ended up making enough food for 28 people, and she only had 14, so she wants me to go there and eat. So, Aaron, it's been great chatting with you, buddy. Thanks for sticking it out with me, and good conversations here. Breakfast with Kevin. I'm going to go eat some turkey dinner, and then come back and have a. Yeah, she said she has 5. I just have to find 2. She's like, I have $5 on me, so just find $2. And I was like, all right, I think I can handle that. So I was like, am I gonna get a large portion? And she's like, I have a whole like crap ton of food left over, so I'll give you as much as you want. I was like, sweet. So I don't have to go out to the buffet tonight. It's just gonna cost us more anyway. I can go get it. I can go get Thanksgiving dinner for $7. Booyah! But thanks for sticking around, Aaron. Appreciate the conversation. Thanks for jumping on. Have a great rest of your Thanksgiving. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Saturday live stream. Where's my paint? Where's my paint at? It's really funny you say, where's my paint at phone call? Because I got one of those on Sunday. Last Sunday. Oh, Aaron's texting me on here. All right, dude. I will see you later. Uber, Lyft on. Be safe out there. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I will catch you later. Peace out.